Hi, we're Ellie and David, and we're overlanding across Europe and Central Asia in our Land Rover Defender Yak. In this episode, we reach the heights of remote and beautiful Song Kul. Located in the Northern Naryn region of Kyrgyzstan, the lake sits at an altitude of almost 10,000 feet. We take a break from the roof tent for a night and experience a taste of traditional nomadic life, sleeping in a yurt and getting to know a lovely, welcoming family. We've driven to Song Kul. We were looking for anywhere we could do a ger stay around here, and we pulled up and asked this family if they knew of anywhere, and they've offered for us to stay here for the night, which is really kind of them. Just a small family. They've got some kids. They're preparing some food for us at the moment. We're going to eat with them and then stay here tonight. So the third yurt along is where we're sleeping tonight, and then the one next to that is like the dining room tent, I think. Oh wow, thank you. What do you think? Tastes like cow. Oh, maybe it's not a horse. We think this might be some kind of horse yoghurt. It is. Odin. I'm a bit nervous. Okay. Do we have a light in here? Comfy? Got a lot of beds to choose from. Sadly, we somehow lost a load of footage of our stay with this lovely family at Song Kul, but here are a few photos. It was such a highlight of our trip being able to witness traditional nomadic life in this remote area. We were able to help out a bit as the family gathered building materials for a new yurt, and they were happy to show us some of their daily tasks, like churning milk from their livestock, mending yurts, and even slaughtering a sheep.
Yalla bulgen yosana sanay Kiregen ogaga solala Kiregen ogaga solo chigen Kilim shtala yeceme sanagadna
Don't make any sudden movement. This is the way the maps are taking us. It's a marked road. There are very faint tyre tracks, so I think we're going the right way. getting distracted by the cows and almost put me into this massive ditch.
It took us about 3 hours to drive the length of Song Kul over rough steppe. We then started our journey west towards Bakken, the border town of Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, but with a few stops along the way. These guys just flagged us over at the side of the road, and they're in this kind of minibus thing, and it looks like they've somehow got into this river and they're completely stuck, so we're going to see if we can try and tow them out. He's not getting very far.
We just pulled them out of the river, and then afterwards they got me on a horse. Two of them were really, really drunk, and they were trying to get me on this horse and off riding, and then whilst I was off on the horse, and they were pulling in the camera, and one of them was like yanking Fleur to the river, and I had no idea what was going on. I think two of them were just really drunk. The rest of them were really friendly and really nice. They're just trying to get across the river to somewhere, but I don't think they're going to get across. It was quite fast flowing. Yeah, just a little bit mad. It's fairly deep in here.
It's been a really hot day today, so David's taking advantage of the river. We're waiting for our Tajikistan e-visas to be processed at the moment, so we're just staying in these hills right by the border here. David's not feeling great. I think he's had a bit of a stomach bug, so he's having a bit of a nap in the shade at the moment.
So since we've lost the cap, our half shaft keeps trying to push out, and every time it does we lose drive, but we also lose our handbrake, so...
Right.
Good.
Should I hold it? Yeah.
Keep releasing.
Yeah. It's good. About a mile later and it's happened again. Okay.
We've made it to a campsite. We stopped a couple of times to push the half shaft back in. I think it might be the axle breather is blocked and it's pushing it out. Obviously we don't have the cap either, and our makeshift covers keep popping off as well. So we need to figure out what to do tomorrow, but we've made it to a campsite for now at least. Eddie's cooking up some dinner. We've got a pretty stunning view. A daughter of a farmer just came over and gave us a load of apricots, which was really kind. I feel really bad because we didn't have much to give them, so we gave them 2 mini Swiss rolls and about 6 cherries. I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that blocked axle breather can kind of push the half shaft out. So I've just been spending a bit of time taking it off, and this little, I think it's called a banjo nut or something like that. This was full of gunk, so it was completely blocked. So I've cleaned it up. I've cleaned up the actual axle breather hose, kind of blown through it a little bit to check that it's not blocked anymore, so hopefully we won't have any more problems with the half shaft popping out, but we still need a cap obviously, and we're not sure where we're going to get that from because nowhere seems to have anything the right size, so hopefully it will be alright and we'll get to Dushanbe and be able to find something there. The farmer invited us to come and park in the shade of his tree, and he said this is all his land, we can go wherever we want. He said we can wash in the canal, and he said we can camp up next to their house tonight in the shade, and he's also brought some food.
Smells so good. And what they don't know is we've used all our cash up as well because we thought we were crossing into Tajikistan, so we didn't have any food or any way to buy food, so It's good timing. Is it good?
Yeah, that's really good.
The daughter just came over with a massive bowl of apricots. They gave us a bag full of 25 this morning, so I feel a bit bad, but so nice. Loads of amazing looking food here. Got 2 different types of bread. Got some kind of jams and stuff, some tea. Veg. Lots of apricots. Looks good.
It says, don't be shy. Turn on, eat, as if you're at home. Don't be shy.
Oh, thank you, Rahma. Already have. They keep coming out with more dishes and we're actually running out of room on the table at this point. They're having to pile it on top of each other. It's a good problem to have. So this piece of bread is the UK and we've been trying to explain where we live. Spasiba.
We've just been to a border crossing just to kind of see what it was like before we tried it, because we've not got our visas through from Tajikistan yet. We turned up and it was really quiet, didn't look very official. We just followed some coordinates we found online, and I went and spoke to the border guard there. I said, can we cross? And he kind of translated and said, no, you can't cross here. And I said, is there any way we can cross near here? Because we're in Yat-Kha or near Yat-Kha and we're supposed to be able to cross here somewhere. And he kept saying no. Then he said, oh, my officer's coming. He came 5 minutes later and said, you can't cross here. We have bad relations with our neighbours. And so I thought maybe we'd like kind of accidentally driven into some sort of militarised zone. And eventually he translated and said there's a town about 25 minutes away and that's where you cross. We're heading there now just to see if we can cross there and see if everything's alright with that one. The border guard I was chatting to was really friendly, really helpful, asked if we could take a selfie, followed us on Instagram, so it was really nice to kind of not feel nervous when we were approaching the border.
We had no idea at the time, but the border had actually been closed for a year due to the tensions, as there wasn't any information online and we were likely the first travellers to try it since the start of COVID. There had sadly been an incident of shooting and mortar firing near the border while we were in the area, and tragically 3 people died. So we had to backtrack about 5 hours to another border near Osh to cross into Uzbekistan, so we could then get into Tajikistan, only 23 miles from where we were at the time. We were starting to worry as our visas still hadn't been cleared and Fleur had a flight to catch over the border in Dushanbe. We knew we'd have to be prepared to do border crossings in the dark and drive through the night to get her there on time, despite agreeing before the trip that this was something we'd never do, and we definitely wouldn't recommend it.
We're at the Uzbek border in Osh. Obviously we had to come here because we couldn't cross into Tajikistan. We're just waiting here at the moment. We're not entirely sure when we're going to go through. It's 9 o'clock now. We're kind of waiting in what looks like kind of a queue of cars, but I'm not really sure if these guys are going through or just dropping off passengers, so just waiting to be told what to do next. Could be through quickly, could take a long time. There are a lot of people here.
How is it? So ready for Pamir Highway, take 2.
Let's go. Something really bad's happened at the back.